Namaskar, this is Akhilesh Bhargav. Welcome to Tidbits on Business and Finance with me. Let's discuss the government's efforts in order to recover money from all those who borrowed from banks and some of whom who ran away. Nirav Modi's scam was revealed in February 2018. It turned out that he and his uncle Mehul Chokshi had cheated Punjab National Bank for about $2 billion, 13,640 crores to be precise, and both of them ran away. One went away to London in hiding, the other went away to Antigua, and both of them thought that they had run away successfully. A journalist from the Telegraph in London spotted Nirav Modi in London in March 2019. That led to his arrest, and after that, since then, his bail has been rejected by a London court on at least 5 occasions, saying that if he is given a bail, he will run away. In the meanwhile, his uncle Mehul Chokshi continues to be in hiding in Antigua. After this scam broke out, all the agencies got into motion. The CBI registered cases of investigation in respect of fraud and cheating. The SFIO started investigation in respect of corporate frauds and crimes. The Enforcement Directorate started its investigation and prosecution in respect of money laundering, in respect of offences under the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act, in respect of offences under the Benami Act, and also the Black Money Act. The Income Tax Department has been investigating tax evasion by him and his companies. All his showrooms and offices got raided by these agencies immediately when the scam became public knowledge. And at that point of time, they said that they had seized jewelry worth about 4,500 crores, which later on turned out to be a fraction of the value that was claimed. Perhaps the agencies, in their enthusiasm, had reported the confiscation at the retail price at which he sold, but the intrinsic value was much less. Later, his cars were auctioned, his watches were sold, his paintings were sold, the Hussains and the Amrita Shehgils. Expensive bags were sold, and also his jewelry. And very recently, the Fugitive Economic Offenders Court in Mumbai has ordered the attachment of his properties worth about 1400 crores. The news now comes that the Enforcement Directorate has managed to bring back jewelry worth 1,350 crores belonging to this Mama Bhanja duo from Hong Kong. The facts are that it was sometime in early 2018 that the Enforcement Directorate came to know that Nirav Modi and his uncle have shipped jewelry worth this amount from Dubai to Hong Kong. The ED got into motion, and sometime in July 2018, it was able to attach this jewelry in Hong Kong and keep it in the godown of a logistics company. This has become possible because of international cooperation and because the Money Laundering Act has been amended such that if a fugitive runs away from India and he's got property abroad and our agencies are able to prove it, then they can request the authorities in those countries to seize the items and down the line to even sell them. Thus, the ED getting back jewelry, and this jewelry weighed 2,340 kilos. It consisted of pearls, it consisted of jewelry, it consisted of diamonds, etc. It was 108 consignments that the ED managed to successfully bring back from Hong Kong to India, and it remains under attachment. Down the line, hopefully it would be sold, and we'll come to know whether it was really worth the amount being claimed, which is 1,350 crores. That's been the status as far as Nirav Modi is concerned. Just to point out, a couple of months ago, another bunch of consignments worth 137 crores were brought by the ED from Dubai, and all this jewelry, etc., belongs to Nirav Modi and his uncle together. This huge seizure of jewelry, diamonds, etc., of Nirav Modi and Mehul Chokshi by the ED very clearly prove that the two of them were actively engaged in cheating banks, that they committed a giant banking fraud, that they were involved in hawala, money laundering, and round tripping of funds. It is very well known that these kind of shady diamond traders do keep these kind of assets abroad against which bogus exports and imports are shown, and that helps them to take money from banks and defrauds them. Yet another case which is back in the news relates to Mr. Anil Ambani. State Bank of India has filed a complaint with the NCLT has filed a petition with the NCLT seeking to enforce his personal guarantee. State Bank says that it had given loans of 5,000 crores to Arcom and that these loans, among others, had his personal guarantee as a security. And now State Bank says that they need him to honor his guarantee and pay what Arcom has not been able to pay. And the amount in question against these personal guarantees that SBI says it has got is to the tune of 1,200 crores. Mr. Ambani has already said in a London court earlier this year that his net worth has come down to virtually zero and that he is in no position to make any payment. And he had made that statement in respect of a similar plea that was filed by a Chinese bank in respect of loans of $700 million it gave to Arcom, against which even the Chinese bank says that he had given a personal guarantee. In both these cases, Anil Ambani and Arcom deny that any such personal guarantee was given. And in the case of SBI, Arcom says that these were not personal loans given by SBI to Mr. Ambani. They were given to the company and thus they cannot be enforced. The fact is that if any personal guarantee was given, then it will be enforced. Any such action that we witness in respect of these former billionaires still makes unusual headlines in India. We have been used to seeing cronies being pampered, cronies being created, and they looting the system. And thus, when we see these kind of headlines, it still sounds unusual to us. What are the issues that emerge here as far as the seizure of Nirav Modi's properties are concerned? The first one, according to us, is just as the ED managed to seize his jewelry in Hong Kong and get it to India, the ED can also do that in respect of his immovable assets in London and the US. It can get them attached and it can get them auctioned there and get the money here. And we hope that the ED is proceeding on that lines. After all, under the international cooperation that prevails now, any assets which represent proceeds of crime can be seized and sold in this manner. The second is, as far as the jewelry worth 1,350 crores is concerned, only time will tell whether it was worth it, and that will be known after the auction takes place, which we hope is at the earliest, because that will help PNB to be able to realize at least some part of the loans that it had given, of course in a fraudulent manner. And the third issue is, this 1,350 crores is a fraction of the amount that PNB lost. Over 10,000 crores are still pending to be recovered. And the question to us remains is, we hope it is recovered at the earliest and we hope that the loss to PNB is minimized. The larger picture that emerges according to us in respect of these kind of coercive actions being taken by the government and banks to recover their monies from these favored cronies of the system is that the likes of Mr. Anil Ambani, the likes of Nirav Modi, the likes of Vijay Mallya have certainly been blue-eyed boys of the system at some point of time. It is the system that created them. It is the system, for whatever reasons of convenience or collusion or corruption, that sided with them. They managed to take these kind of monies, and today that very system has found them to be dispensable. That very system today has disposed them off from its priorities, and thus they are facing these kind of actions which according to us were long overdue, or rather according to us this kind of a defrauding of the system or taking loans in this manner should never have taken place. The fact is, which we reiterate very often, in creating these cronies, everybody in the system colluded, right from the Neta to the banker to the Babu to the auditor and of course to the borrower himself. It has all been a game of political compulsion and political convenience, and because of that we see this kind of action being taken today. It goes to the credit of the government that it has been active in pursuing these kind of cases. Of course, some of us say it has been taking place selectively, but the government has enacted the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act, because of which assets get seized. The government has amended the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, giving it more teeth, because of which the ED is able to recover assets abroad. The government has enacted and put in place the Benami Act and the Black Money Act, all of which are helping to pursue these offenders and recover money from them. The second fact also remains is, and which is to the credit of the government, is that they have been pursuing these offenders, which earlier we did not see it happening so. The point here still remains is that there is some kind of a selective action taking place. We see Nirav Modi being hounded, but we don't see that happening in the case of Jatin Mehta of Winsome Diamonds or the Sandesh Saras of Sterling Biotech, both of whom have got huge assets abroad and both of whom have cheated banks in India for thousands of crores. Thus, while the government is taking action, we say it's good, but it is not good enough. And it is not good enough because as long as one gets a feeling that this is selective action being taken, the government does not get full marks. This is Akhilesh Bhargav signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
हमारे घरों में भी बच्चे होते हैं जो हमसे प्यार दुलार की आस करते हैं।
हमारा भी जीवन साथी है जिसको हमारे ड्यूटी से घर आने का इंतजार होता है।
हमारे घर में भी एक बूढ़ी माँ है जिनके लिए आज भी हम ही आंखों के तारे हैं।
लेकिन हम हमारे घरों में नहीं हैं। आपकी सुरक्षा में कोई कसर न रहे, इसलिए हम अपने प्रियजनों से दूर हैं।
हम में से ही कुछ तो अब इतने दूर जा चुके हैं कि वो वापस अपने घरों को लौट भी नहीं पाएंगे।
हमें गर्व है कि हमारे कंधों पे मुंबई शहर के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी है। हमारे जज्बे और बलिदान को व्यर्थ न जाने दे। इस संकट के समय में आप घर पे रहे, सुरक्षित रहे।
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.